Well, the Woodley, a new apartment complex proposed for the North Main Street area of Columbia, is facing some controversy tonight after surrounding neighbors feel developers miscommunicated their intentions for that development.
This comes after Senator Dick Harpootlian spoke in opposition to homeless veterans using government vouchers to pay rent in last week's Design and Development Review Commission meeting.
So tonight, WIS reporter Naomi Popa spent some time finding out more about this project. Naomi, I know you spoke with the developer to try and really break down what their plans and intentions are.
Yes, Judy Hannah, I'm standing where the Woodley project will be built. However, developers say they haven't received much support from surrounding businesses and local neighbors.
Don't need homeless people living in their neighborhood. My office is up 2 blocks from here. I don't need more homeless people defecating in my parking lot every morning, which is what is happening right now.
This was Senator Dick Harpootlian last week, making his opposition to the Woodley project clear. His comments echoed concerns from others who live in the area, who question the tenants the apartment complex developers are targeting.
So it's not so much that these things shouldn't happen. It's not even that they shouldn't happen there. But it's disingenuous for the developers to send out information on it and not tell people what's really going on.
Andy Burns lives near the Woodley site. He's opposed to the project and says developers have lacked transparency. I spoke to Tom Fallows, the developer for the project. He says when his group brought the initial project to the city, they discussed on-site social and supportive services for residents, but because of community input, they adapted their proposal to focus instead on a traditional apartment building with no supportive services whatsoever. Fallows says the apartment complex will play a small part in the solution to Columbia's affordable housing crisis.
Those awkward things where you sound like a jerk when you don't want it, but at the same time, if the developer didn't think it was a problem, why would they have not said so?
Those who need housing assistance in the state of South Carolina can apply for the Housing Choice vouchers from the government to help offset the cost of rent or the purchasing of a home. Burns says he and his fellow neighbors are worried that allowing this new apartment complex to accept vouchers from veterans or those struggling with housing finances will change the appearance of the area and will contradict previous efforts by local leaders to move homeless shelters outside of the city. But Fallows says, to be exceptionally clear, we are building a brand new apartment building that's nicer than most of the existing housing options in the neighborhood. And we hope veterans seeking affordable housing options nearby to their downtown jobs will grace us with their business as residents. Now, I asked Fallows what the rental rate will be for this new apartment complex, and he told me a one-bedroom will range between $1,300 and $1,400 monthly. I also reached out to Senator Harpootlian for comment on his recent stance on the project, and unfortunately, none of my calls were returned. Reporting live in Columbia, I'm Naomi Popa, WIS News 10.